POG is basically a liar. Not that he's a bad guy or anything, it's just that his video is full of shit. POG is misleading his audience into thinking that something like this can actually be done. And I'm not saying that a Lamborghini can't be used as an Xbox controller, but basically, a Lamborghini cannot be used as an Xbox controller. Hey guys, welcome back to your daily dose of exposing bullshit. I'm Neriku, aka Pickle Stick, and today I have another car video for you. Basically, POG has been blowing up all over the interweb, and I have a few concerns about his recent fire. I must apologize to all my viewers out there, as this is going to be a long video. Unfortunately, dispelling bullshit is a tiring job, but someone's got to do it. Now, you guys know me, I am definitely not a hater. I'm just not as gullible as everyone else. I like to question things. I don't just let people spoon feed me bullshit on a daily. You all should be the exact same way. I agree that his video is entertaining, but it's completely fake. That's why I have left it up to me to dive in and take a closer look at his video, and judging by the evidence, you'll probably be just as full of questions as I am by the time we get done with this video. So the video in question, if you guys haven't heard or haven't seen it before, is guy changes his Lambo into an Xbox controller. Basically, the premise of the story goes like this. Rich guy is so bored with life and with his toys that he plays Forza 7 with an actual Lamborghini. Not a problem, right? I mean, with all the technology and stuff like that in cars nowadays, it doesn't seem too far-fetched to be able to somehow remap a controller to work with a PC, and that PC is just so happens to be a Lamborghini, and it somehow works as a relay through the PC to work on an Xbox, right? If you guys still follow me. Well, that's exactly where my questions began, and that's why I did some digging. So let's take a quick look at the video, and I'll explain why I'm not buying this for 1 second. I'll link the original video down in the description below so you guys can check it out for yourselves. So, when we look at this video, it's pretty cool, huh? It makes you wonder just how someone can be so rich to completely disrespect and not care about his Lamborghini. I mean, he's standing on it in the video. He is treating it like crap. He's throwing things on top of it. And that's not really my problem with this video. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there who are so rich that doing this doesn't really matter. And I must admit that the video overall is entertaining. It's quick and straight to the point, but when you begin to pull back some of the layers, you can see the true purpose and intentions of this video. I have a few points that I would like to cover, and if Mr. POG or POG, however you pronounce it, wants to make a response video, I'll be more than happy to disprove him yet again. So let's go ahead and start with my first point. Video delivery. We need to break down exactly what's going on in the video. Now, we're not going to look through the whole video, but there's just a few points here that I want to look at overall. First of all, in the original video that he was uploaded to Facebook and to Instagram, why did he use such fucking large text? Okay? Like, seriously, why did he use such ridiculously large text? Like, why would someone put such a large Forza logo in their video? Like, if this was my video, I wouldn't put the Forza logo so big that it's actually bigger than the video. And also, who says like a boss anymore? Like, really? Really? Who says that? Like, didn't that die out in like 2013? Also, if we look at the rest of the video, we can see a strong emphasis on POG putting his name, or POG putting his name in ridiculous places. So, like, he has a strong emphasis on the use of his name. He has put his name in the video in over 3 different times in the weirdest places throughout the video. And it somehow seems like he's trying to subconsciously get you to remember it through subliminal messaging. My other point would be, who is POG or who is POG? So it's hard to exactly say who POG is, as many of us haven't heard of him until now. But when you Google search for POG, he is listed as number 4 on the Google search. That's not bad considering that I'm pretty new to this guy and you guys may be as well. But surprisingly enough, when you actually see his name listed as position number 4, the first thing you see about him is that Facebook video. And after looking at the video a little more, we can gather that from the language printed on the box in the video, his wad of cash, the type of currency that is, and by looking at the side of the road he drives on, and most obviously the language in the video, that he is more than likely living in France. So POG is a snarky, rich French guy, right? And that only tells half the story. But the plan here is to actually ascertain why he would upload a fake video in the first place. And after looking at a few more points, I'm sure you guys will be able to see where I'm going with this. So let's go ahead and look at his Instagram page. Since that's the first thing he lists in his video, let's go ahead and just do a little bit of research on a little bit more about who he is. If we look at his Instagram page, we can see that 2 out of his first 3 posts on his page are about this stupid Lambo controller. And I hate saying Lambo. I like saying the full word, but if I use Lambo, I'm just using it sarcastically, as that's the language that he uses, okay? His stupid Lamborghini controller, we can see that that's, 2 out of 3 of his posts are about that. He also has the link to the full featured YouTube video on his bio. So that's kind of weird. It kind of makes you wonder that exactly why someone who has such a strong social media presence already is putting so much attention to this one exact video, this one exact latest stunt. It's just weird. He's a car YouTuber, and he features majority of his Instagram posts around his 3 cars, which is, as he calls it, a McLaren, a Ferrari, and a Lambo, or whatever order. It doesn't really matter. But he says that he has a McLaren, a Ferrari, and a Lambo. By the way, he doesn't really say which ones they are. And I have a theory about the reason why he calls it like this, or he names it like this. This is for mass appeal. So he can get more non-car guy followers, or more non-car people followers, instead of saying things like, hey, this is my Huracan Performante, or my 570S. People can more associate with words like Lambo, Ferrari, and McLaren instead of actually using the model name of the car. So let's go ahead and go back to the Instagram. Scrolling through the remainder of his pictures, it's really hard to determine which cars are his. Now, I'm not saying anything by that. He could actually own these 3 cars, as we could see the way he treats his Aventador. We could, it's easy to see that the Aventador was the one that's in his Forza video, and you have to actually really do some digging around to figure out which Ferrari is his and which McLaren is his. And from my observations, if you look at the amount of pictures he's posted of these certain ones, I'm thinking that he owns that white LaFerrari as well as the blue P1 with all the decals. So this brings his total, if I were to kind of add up the grand total of all these cars, in the vicinity somewhere around the ballpark of, like, I don't know, $9 million, give or take, $9 million. With the Lambo, listed as the runt of the litter, it's only worth, I don't know, $500,000, $600,000. And the P1's valued somewhere around 1.15 million, and his LaFerrari's valued somewhere around 7 million. So we can easily see that POG is a rich guy who can own $9 million worth of cars, and who has an Instagram, and who has followers. So let's go ahead and move on to my next point, which would be his Social Blade stats. And the reason why I want to talk about that is because you're going to see a trend here. So just bear with me here for a moment. Since the first post of his video, POG has been absolutely blowing up. He's all over news sites, gaming sites, and he has gained a substantial following on social media. If you type in Lambo Forza or Lamborghini Forza, the first thing that comes up is his posts, and that's even before the game. He's almost like Ty Lopez saying, my Lamborghini in my garage. It's just this Lamborghini, mercy, Jesus. He's really killing it right now, So let's jump over to his stats so you guys can kind of see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so for his YouTube, we can see that he has had significant growth recently, just for the whole month overall. This is not bad growth, but it's nothing compared to after he released his first video that was uploaded to Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I went ahead and screen capped the video at the time of my recording so you guys can see just how many subs he has now. And if you guys jump over to Social Blade in real time when this video is released, you guys can see exactly how that's changed so far. So you guys can kind of see even further exactly what I'm talking about. So if I would have done this a little bit earlier, if I would have screen capped or went ahead and grabbed a picture of this video when I first saw it on YouTube, it had like less than 30,000 views on it. And this was literally hours before I started doing the video. So I had 30,000 views in the video when I first found this channel. And now it's up to like, I don't know, 86,000, 87,000. It's absolutely insane. The amount of growth that he is experiencing compared to where he was is insane. So now we can kind of ascertain that the video was first posted on Facebook somewhere around October 22nd. That's judging from the comments. It now has over 22 million views on that platform. If we look at his social blade growth for the channel, we can clearly see that out of his subscribers, he has gained a significant growth of like 95% sub growth in just the last 3 days. And in addition to the 86,000 views, we can see that he has got a growth on YouTube of about 200%, and that's just for viewership of his videos. It's insane. Let's take a look at some of his other social media. So Instagram, if you guys look over here, Instagram shows a growth of about 600%, and that's just on the 25th alone. He is gaining a daily average now of 221 followers, and he had a huge spike on the 25th, if you guys can see that. A huge spike, about 3,000. And now he's gaining at least double that per day now. And what I mean by that is double the original daily average, not double the huge spike. Now, it's hard to judge exactly how he's grown on Facebook since I can't really find his particular profile. I'm sure you can find his page, but you can't really find his profile. But, and there's no analytics for Facebook either. But, I'm sure that the 22 million views and the 500,000 shares must be doing wonders for him right about now. So that's not really a problem. It's quick to say, hey, Facebook, whatever. Now let's move on to my next point. That's going to be practicality. So based on the information we have gathered about your guy, POG, we can tell that money's no object. From the wad of cash to him literally treating his Lambo like shit, we can see that he can clearly afford it. That's not really my issue with if this is practical or not. My issue with practicality is going to be things like convenience. So let's go ahead and take a look. I think that this controller bullshit is just a bunch of nonsense because it's not practical. If you look at his setup, he has more than just a projector and an Xbox sitting on top of the car. You know, I'm sure that that this is done to kind of sell us on the fact that this is legit, to try to make us really believe, that this is true. And I know a thing or two about modded controllers or modded peripherals or interfaces with PCs. You see, it's not that hard to create a controller from practically anything that can hold an electrical current. Fruit, bananas, keyboards, anything with a USB cable can also be turned into a controller. However, that is when you're using a PC. These control interfaces are used by modders as a means to entertain and make the game more enjoyable or easier to play. In the Lambo example, how does this exactly make the game more enjoyable? I know that sitting in the car, actually having a steering wheel, actually having something around you really makes it feel more realistic. But you actually have a Lamborghini. Like, you can go and take that to the track. How's that more enjoyable than that? How is this more approachable? How is it more convenient to do this? And worst of all, he's using it in an Xbox. Or so he claims, to play the game. He's using an Xbox. And I have nothing against him using an Xbox, but we know that there's plenty of people out there, plenty of modders out there who try to get something as simple as a keyboard and mouse to work properly on an Xbox. And when you think about it, the keyboard and mouse has been around for decades, and it has an interface with USB. It should be very easy to get this to work with an Xbox. However, people can't figure it out. People cannot figure out how to get a keyboard and mouse to work seamlessly with an Xbox. So you mean to tell me that for the sake of... You mean to tell me that this guy has a Lamborghini working on an Xbox? Okay, forget it. Let's just say for the sake of argument that POG is some next level genius and he was able to somehow make this mod work. Judging by the picture that he's posted there would be tremendous amounts of lag. You have to at least give me that. This would make the gaming experience less than optimal. Seriously. If we were to take into account just how hard it is to make a legit steering wheel controller match seamlessly with what's happening on screen with movements, it really makes me wonder how this guy managed to do something that so many could not with so little lag. You understand what I'm saying?
It just made stool in there, and if you blow it down, the whole woods is gonna stink. Do you understand? Do you understand me, sir?
Like, he has this modded controller, his Lamborghini, hooked up to what looks like a PC with a keyboard, you know, with all these interfacing tools, with all these cables to finally go feed into an Xbox and to finally work seamlessly and match up with his hands movements to make this work. This is the bread and butter of my issue with this video, is that why is there's so little input lag? You know, and all of us experience input lag. I have input lag when I use a controller on an Xbox. I have input lag when I used, I don't know, a Nintendo Wii. And now this guy is able to seamlessly drive his Lamborghini with no input lag. And okay, what about the cables? Why are there so many fucking cables everywhere? You know, and if we look at this video, I mean, if we look at the video, or if we look at some of the pictures, why does there need to be cables that actually go into the engine bay? Why does there need to be cables that actually go into the engine bay? What's the point of hooking up something to the engine here? It really just seems like it's a ploy to make this whole entire scene look more believable. It looks like a set. Like if you guys ever remember older movie sets from like the 80s or the 70s even, when they tried to make something look sci-fi or realistic, they put like a lot of buttons on it, a lot of flashing buttons. This is exactly that. This is a lot of flashing buttons to make us believe that these cables somehow make this controller all work together seamlessly. It's bullshit, guys. It's a viral hoax, a publicity stunt that is used for nothing but attention to POG's channel, POG's social media, and you know what the worst part is? It's working. Let's go ahead and just look at this even further. He has this little box. Take this box, for example, outside his gas cap. If you're using the car as a huge controller, then what's the point of this fucking box? I am so confused. Why is everyone just taking this crap and believing it? Sure, the video is entertaining. It looks impressive. But it makes me think that the whole thing is a promotion for POG's or POG's Instagram, his YouTube, maybe even for Forza. Think about it. He puts his name all over the video. He then goes so far to promote the hell out of it on his social media platforms, bombarding us with his name in multiple places. He puts the Forza logo huge at the top of the screen. It's even larger than the fucking video, guys. Then says, like a boss at the bottom of the video, like someone who is out of touch with the time. It's kind of like a corporation, a corporate advertising agency looking to cash in on sweet, sweet meme money. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I can go on and on how this video is complete BS. I can highlight how he uses the push to start button as a select button in game, and how it looks like he's running his engine in a closed garage. But I won't talk about those things. However, I will bring you to the last bit of evidence, the crash scene. At the end of his driving montage, if you guys have seen the original video, POG shows himself scream right before he crashed his car in game. It's a cool little twist that it adds a little bit of flair and wraps up the video nicely. However, I just have a couple of questions. Why would he include this? Why would he slump his body over to the side as if this was real life? I think the answer to the question is entertainment. Like, think about it. Does it make the video more believable, or does it make the video more entertaining? POG is looking to show off his social media accounts. He's looking to show off his wealth. He's looking to show off his status, as well as entertain us. So it's the only reason why he has perfectly timed music montages in the video. As well as somewhat of a weird and eerie level of production value for someone who is just doing this for fun. And I say fun very loosely. The video's purpose is not to show how much of an amazing modder and how much of a genius this guy is. The video purpose is to go fucking viral. It had a mission, and the mission was now accomplished. So now I ask you a question. If that was the intent of the video, which I'm not mad about at all, which seems more like a plausible scenario, POG is a rich French guy known for his car videos and pictures, and just so happens to also be a very intelligent modder. He spends countless hours in his spare time gathering the required equipment to program the perfect controller mod. He also knows how to mod his Lamborghini to relate analog movements of his steering wheel, accelerator, brakes, and even his paddle shifters to a computer that then relays that signal to an Xbox, all the while retaining low latency and enough low input lag to respond in real time seamlessly, synchronizing with the steering motions that POG makes on the fly. Or POG is a rich French guy who is also somehow sponsored by Forza to make a video showcasing something viral. He then uses social media to advertise for the game and makes the world's most expensive Xbox controller by staging a mod to his vehicle. This is done by adding a shit ton of cables to the car and then making a montage of him setting it up. Lastly, he pre-records gameplay footage of Forza, then studies it for a moment to understand exactly how the steering motions work. He then pretends that his motions match up with the driving on screen to complete the entire illusion. The easiest way for you guys all to answer that question, the scenario question, is to weigh the pros and cons of each. Which scenario requires less work for POG? And in which scenario does POG gain more? I'll leave that one up to you guys. You guys can answer that one on your own time. Besides, that's just a theory. A game oh yeah, okay, never mind. Wrong channel, never mind. But yeah, I'm calling you out, POG. Release your program, release your code on GitHub, okay? Let us see the program you used to develop such a fun controller. You know, I have a Jetta right out in my garage there that I'm looking to hook up to Need for Speed. I want to give that a try. It's going to be so fun. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it's a fake? Do you believe POG? Let me know down in the comment section below. Also, if you liked today's video, why not leave a like? If you didn't like today's video, well, I have news for you. You're just as full of BS as your man POG. And with that said, I'm Neriku, aka Pickle Stick. I will catch you guys all in the next theory. In the next video. Peace.